In this video clip, we're going to look at the gradebook and how to document time that your students are spending in Schoology. The gradebook is over in the left margin. It's the third or fourth item down, depending on how you have this expanded. If you open the gradebook, you will see all of the assignments, the gradable assignments that you have developed in your course. Now, I don't have any students to show you in this course, so I'm going to open another course just as an example that you may or may not have access to. So let me go. You do not need to do this with me because you don't have access to this one. But I just want to show you what a course with students actually looks like. This is the distance ed course I wrote, and you can see that reading is coming. I'm working on that now. But the math courses have been published. A lot of people are using those. And every Friday I send out a Schoology report. This is where the Schoology report comes from. I am in this course and I pull the gradebook. And you will see a lot of names to populate. Hopefully, it's trying. Here we go. So these are all the students who are enrolled in this course right now. It is district-wide, so there are lots of students. There are also some teachers in there who just are using it as in the teacher view. So what I want to do with this is to export, and I'm going to show you how to do that. You can see that the grades for each of the quizzes, and there are 51 of them, the grades are shown here. Okay, so you can see what your student is doing, how often they're taking quizzes. You can see the score in this view. So if you look with me in your training on page 22, let's just talk for a second about the teacher verification model. To use the TVM, you first determine how much time the assignment is worth in your own judgment. So let's say that I have decided that assignment 24 here is worth 1 hour. It should take 1 hour for a student to complete that lesson. So Mr. Everhart has completed the assignment. He scored 80% or higher. So I would say Mr. Everhart should get an hour for that assignment. On this particular lesson, Mr. Everhart did not make the 80%, so I would not give credit for that assignment. You, as the teacher, though, set that parameter. You decide what is acceptable for you and how much time you think it's worth, and you base your decision on that. But here's what you need to do to document this for Jobs for TN. You come up to the 3 dots, and we're going to export this file. You can export your book in 2 ways. You want to choose the first one, Gradebook as CSV. That is a comma separated variable file. And click Next. Now, my default for CSV files is Excel, and yours probably is too. So you just click on your download, and you will get an Excel spreadsheet that looks something like this. Now, I want to take out the unique username. I'm going to delete that column. I am also going to delete the password column over at the end. We don't want this circulating. I always delete these before I email this to you. And then you can go in with your Jobs for TN sign-in sheet and put in the time that you want to count. So maybe last week Beth Keller completed 4 of those, and I've already counted those, so you would not want to count them twice. And maybe this week Beth just did 2, so you would add those to your sign-in sheet. In the section for student signature, you will write teacher verification model, just so the state would know that instead of the student signing in, I'm using the teacher verification model to document this time. And this is the important part. I would recommend highlighting the students that you're claiming, okay, and printing this file. Just go ahead and click print. You can set it to a landscape orientation. You can tell it to put all the columns on one page, and that is way too small, so you're probably going to have to at least print several pages, or just print the columns that you need. For example, let's suppose that I am only looking at Beth Keller's activity, and I only want to do the assignments that she's done this week. So maybe I've already counted the first 24 through 34. Just delete those columns. That's fine. Maybe Beth has only done these assignments this week. So delete out, just highlight it and hit delete columns, and that will bring your report into something much smaller. You could even delete other students. If you don't want the students to show up, just delete them, so that all you're looking at is Beth Keller. And you can give her credit for these 3 assignments that she has done. You could delete these columns as well. So you can simplify this down to something very compact and easy to print. We can always go back into Schoology and pull the report in its entirety. So if that's how you want to do it, you have a much smaller print. Absolutely acceptable. Just attach this to your sign-in sheet as documentation.